Mark Edward Fishbach, who now has over 28 million subscribers on YouTube, is one of the most widely known content creators in the world. Mark was born on June 28, 1989 in Oahu, Hawaii, and on a military base. Shortly after Mark was born, his dad retired from the military to pick up a job as a layout artist for a book company, and this brought him and his family to Cincinnati, Ohio. They had this amazing house with a huge backyard that led into the woods where Mark and his brother Tom spent a lot of their time playing together in. But his dad introduced them to a computer at an early age, and this really started his love for gaming. He then got a Super Nintendo for Christmas, and this really was when he got into gaming, and this created memories between him and his brother that would last a lifetime. They played so many games together with the SNES, but his parents fought a lot in their early childhood, and so they would play on their Super Nintendo to help distract themselves from all of the arguing. Unfortunately though, Mark's parents ended up divorcing and his dad's income was really running low, so they had to lose the house and a lot of their games. But Mark and his brother got to keep the computer, and this is what really sparked Markiplier's love for computers and technology. With his family losing the house in the woods, that also came with Mark having to change schools, and this resulted in him losing a lot of his friends and not having an escape to play in the woods with his brother. This was a very dark and confusing time for Mark. He then started picking up some friends, and his dad found someone who Mark and his family all agreed on and was the nicest person. She brought something that was hard at the time, which really sparked light in these times, and that was making Mark's dad happy. From then on, Mark was moving into high school and everything was going smooth. He was making good grades, he made a lot of friends, he got to play some great games, and he picked up some girlfriends. This was a really good time in his life. However, things would take a really rough turn, and his dad brought him a message on paper with bold letters that said, "Cancer." This really hit Markiplier hard, and especially since he was going off to college. Mark started exploring options, and he wanted to make video games but realized that games might not work, and so he focused on engineering, and he was unsure with that too. And then he was like, I should do what I want to and do games, but he really wasn't sure. He really couldn't decide what he was going to do in life, and so this was a very confusing and dark time for him, especially with his dad going through cancer. Then a year later, him and his family were together over the summer, and one morning they were woken up with his stepmom screaming, and they went downstairs to see that his dad was dying. And the last words Mark's dad said to him were, "I love you so much." And Mark held his dad's hand as he died. After Mark's dad passed away, he fell into an even more confusing state because he was so far into engineering that he didn't think he could get out anymore. And he was stuck in these mind-draining jobs where he was sitting at a computer for 8 hours a day and nothing else. It was horrible, Mark said, and he realized that he didn't want to do this for the rest of his life. And so he really didn't know what to do. But he ended up dating a girl who was really nice, and he introduced her to his mom, and she didn't approve of her and was so mad that she kicked him out. This put him into an even more dark state, and on top of that, his boss told him that he didn't need to show up, which made him even more mad, and this led him to getting low on money, and his girlfriend started getting mad at Mark, and it became something that happened often. So this kind of messed up the relationship and made Mark even more stressed, and he became even sadder and confused than before. When they eventually parted ways, he was all alone and didn't know what to do. And then, out of the blue, he started getting pain in his side, and then it grew worse and worse and worse until he decided to go to the hospital. The doctor told him that his appendix was gargantuan and needed to come out immediately. But he also had a large tumor and that needed to come out too. This added even more stress. The surgeries were successful though, and when he got out of the hospital, he decided that he was going to do what he wanted to do, and so he ended up doing sketch comedy videos. He bought a camera and started doing better in engineering and started playing video games that he wanted to play, and everything was starting to fall into place. And then he decided to make his own identity on YouTube that was going to finally make Mark happy. This was the start of Markiplier. He started making gaming content and really fell in love with making videos and entertaining his audience on YouTube. And as he kept playing games, his channel started exploding, and then that is what became of the man we all know today, Markiplier. This changed Mark's life, and he finally gets to do what he loves thanks to us, the people who watch his videos and get immense joy and entertainment out of them. And for me personally, it's not only just that for me when I watch Markiplier's videos, it's also how amazing of a person he truly is and knowing where he came from. It's truly one of the most inspirational stories I've ever heard, and that is a huge reason why Markiplier is my favorite YouTuber of all time. His charming personality, his joyful, funny, caring, kind, open-minded, and open-hearted personality is what inspires me to wake up every morning with the biggest smile on my face. Combine that with his backstory, and I feel like I can conquer anything. Markiplier, you are a huge reason why I am who I am today, and I just want to say thank you so much. You help me when I'm down and help pick me up when I'm sad, and that's what a real one does. We are all here to lift each other up when we're down and to help each other become the best person we can possibly be. And Markiplier is a huge example of that. You are my hero, Markiplier. Once again, thank you, Mark, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something about Markiplier because his backstory is truly so inspirational. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope we can all have an amazing 2021.